Part 6 of the SEO course is the email newsletter. So if you're sitting there thinking, why are we talking about newsletters in an SEO course? The reason is because your newsletter is an integral part of your SEO strategy, and I'll explain why. So although your email newsletter may not technically be part of your SEO, it is an integral part of your digital marketing ecosystem, and it should be integrated into your website. And I'll explain exactly how to do that in the following slides. So, why is your newsletter important? The reason that I consider your newsletter to be an important part of your SEO is because capturing emails is how you convert the traffic from your SEO into leads. Your SEO draws people to your website. Some of the people who visit your website may not contact you right away. But if you capture their email address, you can stay in touch with these potential leads and referral sources until they're ready to buy. So if you don't have email capture on your website, then that means you're losing leads generated by your SEO, which means that your SEO is not optimized as well as it could be. Your SEO is an investment that costs time and money, and capturing emails allows you to get every lead that you possibly can out of it. If you don't have email capture on your website, then you're losing leads, and you should always be building your email list. So that's why I consider an email newsletter to be part of your SEO. Next up, how to set up email capture. We already talked about this in the beginning in the website blueprint, so I'm not going to spend too much time going into that here, but we will mention quickly which pages to put it on, where on the page it should be, and what it should include. You want to put your newsletter sign up form at the top of your blog page, at the bottom of each individual blog, or on the side panel depending on the design of your website, and also at the bottom of your About Us page. And if you want more details on this, see the website blueprint, which is part 1 of this course. So what to include in your newsletter sign up form? It should include a clear call to action like subscribe to our newsletter, join our community, or something like that. And it should also have a clear description of the value that your newsletter provides, whether it's legal education and tips, legal news, legal practice tips, legal research and analysis, exclusive resources. Tell people why they should sign up for your newsletter and what value you're going to provide. So more about what your newsletter sign up form should include, I highly recommend using a lead magnet. And again, a lead magnet is a high value piece of content that you give away in exchange for providing an email address. So you want your lead magnet to solve a major problem for their client. That's their incentive to sign up. So some ideas for a lead magnet are a short ebook on how to win your personal injury case if you're a personal injury lawyer, a short ebook on how to protect your business's intellectual property if you're a business lawyer, or if you're a family lawyer, you could do a short ebook on how to achieve a peaceful divorce. The type of lead magnet that you use is going to depend on your practice area and the type of clients that you want to attract, but those are just some ideas. One thing that you should include in the newsletter sign-up form is an attractive image directly related to the content of your newsletter. So if you have a lead magnet, use a photo of the lead magnet right there on your newsletter sign-up form. Make your newsletter sign-up form look attractive and appealing. It's going to get more attention and be more effective that way. So an important note about your email sign-up form is make sure that people receive confirmation that they sign up for your email list. Don't leave them hanging. Let them know that you got their information and that they're signed up. So when people sign up for your newsletter, 2 things should happen. 1, they should be directed to a thank you page that thanks them for signing up. And 2, they should receive a confirmation email to their inbox which thanks them for signing up and lets them know what to expect from your newsletter. Also, if you are promising a lead magnet, then you also want to include that lead magnet in the welcome email that they receive upon confirmation. So how to set up your email newsletter. There are many different email platforms that you can use to draft and deliver your email newsletter. The platform that you choose is personal preference and depends on the features you want. Here are some of the most common ones. You've got MailerLite, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, Kit, Drip, and Aweber. I personally right now am using MailerLite because I found it to be the easiest to use. However, it's probably worth doing some of your own research to determine which one is going to be the best for you, depending on the features that you want. So some platforms offer more features and integrations than others, and a lot of the platforms have a free version and a paid version. If you're just starting your email list from scratch, the free version of whatever platform you use will probably be fine. However, you may want to upgrade to the paid versions as your email list grows or you want to add additional features. So a common question is how often to send your email newsletter, and that completely depends on how often you can produce high quality content. The more emails that you send, the more money you make. However, the content in your emails has to be your very best pillar content. You don't ever want to sacrifice quality for quantity when it comes to your newsletter. Your newsletter should always be your very best A+ content. So whether you decide to send your newsletter once a quarter, once a month, once every 2 weeks, or once a week, it really depends on how often you can produce top quality content. And be honest and realistic with yourself about how often you can consistently produce top quality content, because it takes a lot of work. If it's only once a month or once a quarter, that's fine. You'll get less results than if you were sending one every week, but the quality is essential. And it's much better to send high quality content at longer intervals than average content at shorter intervals. So once a month would be a good target for an email newsletter. If you want to send newsletters more often, like during a promotion, for example, you can ramp it up and send them more often for a short period of time, like if you were doing a promotion. But just remember that you don't ever want to sacrifice quality for quantity. You want to be delivering value in every newsletter. So what to include in your newsletter? You want to include the very best content that you created since your last newsletter. So that could be your blog, things you've posted on your YouTube channel, your social media, your very best performing content that your audience found to be the most useful. That's what's going to go in your newsletter. So you can also include links to the related long form content like your blogs and your lead magnets. And I suggest putting a super signature at the bottom of each email newsletter. A super signature is links to all of your offers, and this isn't a hard sell, it's a passive sell, and it's just something that you're going to drop in at the bottom of your email as sort of a sign off. So if you have a book out, if you are hosting a networking group or a mastermind group, if you're hosting a conference or speaking at a conference and you want people to sign up, anything that you're trying to sell or get people to sign up for, drop it down at the bottom of the email as part of a super signature. More things to include in your email. You want to include a call to action at the end of it, but it's a specific type of call to action. You want to encourage people to respond to the email. Tell them to respond with questions or other information that they would like to share. You want to get people to engage with the email. The more engagement that you get from your email newsletter, the more effective it will be. So encourage people to respond with questions or comments about it. Some other things that you can put in there is you can tease your next email, and it's also a good idea to include an attention-grabbing photo in the email to make it more engaging. Moving on to the subject line. Now, the subject line is the most important line of the entire email newsletter. If your subject line doesn't grab the reader's attention, nobody's going to open your email and your content will never be seen. So focus your subject line on a pain point and hint at the solution. Use emotionally charged language that makes people want to open the email and see what's in there. Talk about the value that's inside the email. Use catchy hooks. Boring language in the subject line is not going to motivate people to open it. It's going to go straight to, to trash. Show some personality and some creativity. Boring doesn't work here. You want your subject line to stand out in a way that's authentic to you. However, don't write clickbait subject lines. Don't overpromise and underdeliver, because that's going to ultimately erode people's trust. Whatever you promise in your subject line, make sure that the article delivers on that promise. So if you're struggling with low open rates, your subject line is likely the problem. So make your subject line engaging, make it personable. Dry, dull copy is no good here. Moving on to the style and readability of your newsletter. So just like your practice area pages and your blogs, you want to use plain English, avoid legalese and technical jargon, think 8th grade reading level. Make it easy to read, be brief, use short words, short sentences, short paragraphs, be concise and to the point, pack as much punch as possible into your copy. Nobody wants to read a long, rambling email. So a couple more tips on style and readability. Focus on educating rather than selling. Use a large, accessible font that's easy to read, and use a spam checking software like Mail Meteor to eliminate spam words. If you're having problems with your newsletters going to spam, use a spam checking software. And before you send out your newsletter, run the copy through the spam checking software to eliminate spam words. That will help you get past spam filters and allow your emails to reach people's inbox where they belong. Length. So here's some guidelines for how long to make your newsletters. They shouldn't be novels. Nobody wants to read War and Peace in their inbox. Your copy should be tightly written and designed to give the maximum impact in the shortest amount of time possible. So 500 to 800 words is suitable for a brief update or a single topic. 800 to 1200 words allows for a more in-depth exploration of a topic or multiple topics. And 12 to 1500 words is best for a detailed analysis, case studies, or newsletters that address several topics. Newsletter ideas. If you're wondering what to write about, here are several ideas for good newsletter topics. You can read through these. We also have a lot more good story ideas and content ideas in the storytelling mini course that's included in the bonus section of this course, so be sure to check that out as well. There are a plethora of good content ideas in there that will get the ideas and creative juices flowing. So some newsletter ideas: you can give your take on a trending news topic related to your practice area. You can give people updates on recent events that your law firm has hosted or participated in, or upcoming events that you want to invite people to or just keep them informed about. And also, if you have new lawyers or staff members, you can include attorney profiles and let people get to know them. More newsletter ideas: you can use changes to rules or regulations in your practice area. For example, immigration law. Often they have changes to the rules, especially now with the new administration come in. There's going to be changes to immigration laws, so that could be something good to write about in your newsletter. FAQs, those pretty much always make good topics for your newsletter. Links to free resources like your blog and your ebooks, and addressing client pain points and objections in your newsletters. So, how to get subscribers. We already talked about having a newsletter sign-up form on your website. We talked about creating a lead magnet that you give away for free in exchange for an email address. And there's also other things that you can do. For example, anytime you host an event or a conference, that's an opportunity to collect email addresses. If people are signing up online, have them submit their email address at the time they sign up. If it's a live event, have a sign-in sheet at the door and have attendees leave their email address. Always be collecting email addresses. So that's it. This concludes the course. Congratulations on completing the course. I've given you a ton of information here, and in all likelihood, you now have a lot of work to do to update your website and your digital ecosystem. Make sure you check out the bonus materials. One of the things that I've given you is checklists. So in these videos and slides, I've given you a lot of things to do, and the checklists include all of the things that I've talked about in the videos and slides. So you can use the checklist to quickly evaluate your website and see what updates you need to make. It's an easy way to keep track of what you've already done and what you still need to do. Also included is a storytelling mini course. The storytelling mini course has tips for great storytelling and also a bunch of good ideas for content and things that you can write about. We've also included an offline lead generation playbook, which is exactly what the title says it is. These are marketing tactics that you can use offline to start getting more clients. So in addition to these bonuses, there will also be a transcript of the video, and also I'm including all the information that is in these slides in an ebook format. That was something that I originally created for myself, but I found it to be really valuable, so I'm including it in this course also. So in conclusion, thanks for your time. Thank you for trusting us. I hope that this course has exceeded your expectations. It's my deepest desire that this course helps your law firm achieve the growth and success that you deserve. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me directly. I'm happy to chat with you and help you in any way that I can. And my contact information is right here on the last slide. Both me and my business, Signego Legal Content, we're on all of the major social media platforms, so please do not hesitate to get in touch. Until next time, take good care.